Dun dun
Dun
dun
dun
dun
dun
dun
dun
dun
dun
dun
dun
dun
dun dun dun dun
Got
dun.
notifications. We are live, brother. Dun
That was so
dun
bad.
Dun 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 dun. I'm not doing that plinky plonky bit anymore.
What is up, you guys?
Hey, Sam or Rob 26.
That's my nephew.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Hey, Corey, what's
My
going
nephew.
on, brother? Corey's
Hey,
going
son.
live later. Definitely check him out.
Hey, Corey. Is it Corey Fiasco?
Very good. Well, welcome, nephew. Welcome. What's
Right,
up,
which-
the live place? R. John's the legend, Disney legend. What's up,
Hey,
everyone?
Dean. Hey,
Oh, I
Richard.
forgot to bring him in, too.
Who, R. John's? Or the shark?
What's up, everyone? Let's welcome to the RobFuz Shark Week Hangout. The one, the only Adam. What's up, brother? Congratulations. If you guys don't know, Adam just hit 100 subscribers on his channel, and he got his unique name. So go ahead. Let's plug it, Adam, right off the bat. Let's do it.
Okay, so it's youtube.com/Adamsland. So Adamsland, all one word. So yep, youtube.com/Adamsland. So welcome. Thanks for having me on the stream, Rob. It's an honor to be on here. Love Jaws, massive fan, and I'm celebrating still my 100. So.
Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Brandon, the man. What's up? Prodigy Smash on Twitter. What's up, my man?
All right, before I drop my links, Rob, you love that shark. You're having too much fun with that shark.
Too cool. So people know I love sharks from my Facebook page. So someone on one of my runaway tourist trips gave me this. I forget who it is. I apologize. So, and I said, "Ooh, I got that guy." So look at this. I got the official Shark Week shirt right here. I don't wear it too much, but I'm wearing it today, and I got my shark going here. I'm having way too much fun, guys.
Brandon's
way too much fun.
Brandon's camera is not working.
Oh, what happened, Brandon? Hey, he's there. He's here. I see him. He's back.
Okay, so links are down in the description below.
Yes, they are.
Check out my Twitters if you guys don't mind. And yeah.
No. Brandon's camera is definitely not working on YouTube. Well, I'm looking at the stream now and the live chat. And Brandon's camera is not working.
Maybe go on and off
again. One job.
I know. Go on and off again, Brandon. I think this happened last time. We're getting it. We're new to this Google.
We always have technical difficulties. So
you have to display me, right?
RobFuz in the house. What's up, Miguel? What's up? Go out and come back again. Let's try this. We're getting there. We're new at the Google Hangout. Here he goes. He's gone. He will come back. So what's up? How's that? Is that better, guys? Is he back? Is the man back? Brandon, Prodigy Smash on Twitter.
Tested, Brandon.
Star Wars Hangout.
Test. I'm back.
It looks like he's back. He's back.
Hey. Cool. All right, so everyone, this is Brandon. Definitely give your plug for your Twitter channels there, buddy.
Links are in the description below. I run my regular Prodigy Smash account. And then I run a Star Wars Corner account. It's a Star Wars account. It's called at the Star Wars Corner. At the SW Corner. I run it with a couple. You're having too much fun with that, Rob.
I am. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
I run it with a couple friends. They're great guys, and yeah. I'm also representing today. I got my official Resort TV 1
nice
shirt the other
day. I commented the other day. I like the color on it. Very nice. Resort TV.
Dude, it is so comfortable.
Yeah, very cool. Spread shirt, right? I love their shirts.
Yeah.
Very good. So what's up there? Adam, you're off. Adam's a filmmaker. Oh, there he is. Bring up that beer there, Adam.
I'm just responding to the live chat as well at the same time. Keeping an eye on that, making sure everything's running smoothly. So if you see me just kind of drift out.
Very good.
Yeah.
He's got to drift out to go talk to the comments. So too funny. What are you drinking, Adam?
I'm drinking a John Smith's bitter. So nice. Yeah. So that's usually my drink, my tipple if I'm having a beer. So.
Very nice. Thanks, Ruth.
Yeah.
Ruth might have gave me this shark. Ruth, did you give me the shark? Someone gave me the shark on one of my trips. So I don't remember. So I'm sorry if it was you. So I don't think it was her. Maybe it was. I don't remember. Possibly. So what's going on? Adam, I've seen Jaws every summer for the last 5-6 years at least. And I've seen it probably like 10 times before that. But it's just been a tradition to start watching Jaws every August, and now it's July. So Shark Week is in July now. So I kind of watched it a little earlier now. So I kind of do it in July too. So but yeah, I've seen that movie so many times. And I know Adam just rewatched it yesterday.
And today. So I rewatched it last night and again today with Ebony.
You did say that to me. That's awesome. Very cool.
It's the first time Ebony's seen it. So yeah. So I thought I've been a fan of Jaws since I was like 5 or 6 years old. So we're going back, sort of 30, 31 years, something like that. So so yeah, so it's a film that I grew up on. I loved it. I don't watch it as regularly as you do, but whenever it's on, I make the time to sit down and watch it. And so Ebony had a fascination, maybe a morbid curiosity with sharks, and so I said, "There's this film Jaws, you've got to check it out." So I managed to persuade her to watch it, and yeah.
Not everyone knows who Ebony is. Explain who Ebony is.
Well, I can do one better. Just bear me 1 second, Ebony. Come here.
There she is. This is cool. And this is cool. I want to see this. Hey, Ebony, tell her I said hi.
So
hey,
here's Ebony.
How's it going?
This is my daughter. She's got. Say hi.
Hi.
And you're going to appear on YouTube in a second as well. So yeah, so this is Ebony from Ebony's little channel. So that's all separate words. Ebony's little channel. You can go and check out her channel as well. Yeah, and yeah, you just watched Jaws for the first time today, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
A bit.
A bit. Was it scary? Yeah. So she found it a little bit scary. She doesn't like the scene where Quint gets got. So, but yeah, other than that, yeah, she likes.
Doesn't get either.
She does like sharks.
To be honest, I don't think anybody likes that scene.
Yeah, it is. I told her it was like probably the most graphic scene of the film. So.
Yeah, definitely. So I was just curious, and Ebony, I apologize. How old are you? I know about what age you are, but
8.
So I was just wondering what an 8-year-old thought of it in 2018.
Did you like it? Did you think it was good?
Was it good? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when it came out, I was about 7 or 8 when it came out myself. Actually, that's how long ago it came out. So I was just curious how it held up over the years. So,
well, I mean, was it 1975 it came out?
It's 75, 76, I believe.
Yeah. So yeah, I was figuring that out before, and I was like, wow, this is like 42, 43 years old now, which is scary. Like, it's mad to think, but it's I mean, it's a testimony of how good the film is, because it's definitely stood the test of time. And there have been a lot of imitation films, a lot of other shark films that have gone in slightly different directions over the years, but I don't think any of them can stand up to Jaws. Not even with today's digital kind of era of technology and special effects, digital effects. They still can't stand up to the realism of Jaws, I think, and the way they portrayed it. I thought it was fantastic. So
yeah. I was fascinated, when I think it was the 40th anniversary where they remastered it and they put it on Blu-ray, and it just that movie looks like it was just made maybe 10 years ago, not 40 years ago. I think they did an amazing job with the technology. Mm-hmm. Definitely holds up with movies now. Brandon, how old were you when you first saw the movie?
This is going back. I think I was six at the time.
Okay.
And I literally had nightmares of that scene.
Yeah.
I had nightmares. I'm kidding. I kid you not. I had nightmares. But but over time, I learned to love the film. John Williams, the composer, he is a god.
Yeah.
He makes the best film scores ever. And yeah.
Yeah, I was watching, I have to look at the title. The Shark is Still Working. There's a documentary on it. I know Adam watched it. Brandon's going to watch it soon. He didn't get a chance to watch it yet, but
I watched it tonight.
It just really analyzed. You got to remember too, back then they didn't have the summer blockbuster. This was, I believe, this was the first summer, one of the biggest first summer blockbusters there was.
This was the film that defined the summer blockbuster.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this was the one that, I don't think Universal anticipated it to be as big as it was,
right.
The demand to see it was insane. Not just in America, but globally, even after it was released. So
yeah, I think they even released it the next summer too. I think because it did so good. It was just a good summer movie, And I was watching like just the element with John Williams, of course, Brandon, you're right. The element of I was just watching the documentary before we went on. The element of that poster, the shark coming up, the iconic shark coming up to eat the person, that was just amazing. They marketed and they made it where it was only a limited run to make people stand in line. That was a brilliance because they made, the news showed people standing in line, the demand, everything that people want to go see this movie. Like they built that anticipation. So the music, the poster, the ad campaign, they had that guy who sounded like this, the most important movie ever. Like they were interviewing that guy and everything. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think the artwork is phenomenal because it's so basic, yet it does exactly what it says on the tin. Someone swimming, massive, massive shark. Below them. That's it just you don't need words. You don't need any kind of caption. It's you just see that and you instantly know that swimmer's in trouble, and it's a film worth watching. So yeah.
What do you guys think about the Meg that's coming up? The movie The Meg.
I think you even asked me about it last week, and I'm like, oh yeah, I just didn't see it. I didn't realize what the deal was, and then yesterday I actually went and saw the trailer. It's short for megalodon or whatever, shark, whatever. Is that what it's for?
Yeah, it's the Megalodon. So yeah, in fact, the Meg poster artwork, they've kind of mimicked the Jaws artwork, where you've got somebody in the water. I think they're slightly below, like a diver, right. And then you've got what looks like a great white shark swimming up, and then just below the great white shark, you've got the Jaws and the Megalodon to kind of show the size comparison. So yeah, it's kind of like a mimicking of the Jaws poster artwork. Which is a great idea, I think. It's not a rip off of it. It's just it's showing what the Meg is supposed to be. So yeah.
Well, it's interesting in the documentary that they didn't sell the rights. That it was like a novelist kind of did the paperback version of Jaws, and then he just did it for Universal too, and he never really. I don't think he got any money for it, which is pretty sad. It's been so iconic, and you're right. Even to that movie, they copy it. And it's just been like political satire and Mad Magazine and The Simpsons and everyone's parried that Jaws coming up and everything. So it is crazy, so.
I'm just going to hop over to the chat for 1 second because Disney Dan's on and Disney Dan said Adam always has a drink with the stream. Yes, that's true. I do. And then Disney Dan, A Disney Life for Me, and Sam, your cousin, have all said hey to Ebony. So say hello.
Hello.
Hey, Ebony, what did you get your father for his birthday? Just curious.
What did you get me for my birthday?
Beer.
Beer.
I love that. I do the answer. I just love that. So.
That's awesome. I'm not sure what that says about me, but yeah, she got me beer, obviously with the help of Grandma. So
she looks of age. I can't believe they didn't give server. So that's great. I'm just.
See, I'm really anxious to see the Meg, but I feel like the only reason I'm going to see it is because Rainn Wilson is in it. He played Dwight in The Office.
Right, I saw that. Yeah. Okay, so is the Meg, is it more like Sharknado, or is it more towards Jaws, or is it somewhere in the middle of the two? I don't really know much about it.
Hopefully 100% like Jaws, because Sharknado was terrible.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I don't think it's going to be anything like Sharknado, but I don't think it's going to be anything like Jaws. I think they kind of want it to be like Jaws, but in reality, it's going to be more like the Deep Blue Sea. That's my impression from the trailers, because they've got sort of the comedy timed lines, from one particular character. I don't know what the character is, obviously from the trailer, but one of the characters is always spouting a comedy line here and there. And let's face it, Jason Statham is no Chief Brody. So I don't think the Meg is going to be a Jaws. I would love it to be a Jaws. I'd love to see another shark film, be it the Meg or something else that can stand up to Jaws. After 42 or 43 years of people trying to make an epic shark film, no one else has yet. So yeah, I would love it to be a stand-up to Jaws, but I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be more like the Deep Blue Sea, which was okay, but in parts it was laughable as well. So
right, yeah, definitely. So what?
Sharknado. Go ahead.
No, go for it, Brandon. Sorry.
Speaking of Sharknado, hey, it's Shark Week. We gotta bring up Sharknado.
It is Shark Week, definitely. Have you guys watched any Shark Week? Do they have Shark Week in the UK? I don't even know.
yeah, they have it on the Discovery Channel in the UK as well. So yeah.
I'll be honest with you, it's so much, it's so overkill, and I love Shark Week as everyone knows sharks and everything. I kind of record everything, and it just throughout the summer I'll just watch one here, I'll watch some there, and it is a lot, Shark Week. So I just like I'll fast forward to some certain stuff, and it seems like there's a lot of good stuff this year actually. So like I like the celebrity angle of it. I like all that stuff. So I've been trying to stay a little faithful to Shark Week. So. But yeah, it's exciting, and it always brings me back to Jaws, though. Definitely brings me back to Jaws. So, So what do you love about Jaws, Adam? What do you think? Give you the table for a little bit. What makes it great?
Okay, say bye to everyone.
Bye, Ebony.
Ebony's going to depart and go back and do a thing.
Definitely check out Ebony's channel. I'm going to link it later. I forgot to put it in there, but I'll link it later, honey.
Ebony's little channel. Yeah, I'll post the link up shortly as well. So
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Ebony.
Thanks. She just like backs out. That's awesome. So, God, what do you love? What's the elements of Jaws? We mentioned the music. We mentioned the poster. What do you think?
I just think what makes Jaws for me is it's the ultimate kind of what I like about horror films in general, like, and I guess Jaws you could class as a horror, sort of thriller horror, is I like a film, or I find a film more terrifying when it's something that's actually real, that's something that could exist. And it's the whole, it sets the scene from the first scene when Chrissy goes into the water swimming at the beach party, and you don't see what's below the surface. You just, it just happens. And I mean, that kind of thing it terrified, thousands, if not millions of people for years after that. And
that's amazing. That's an incredible scene.
It is amazing. Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I've been to beaches in Florida and other places, and been out sort of bodyboarding in Florida and New Jersey and stuff. And you do get paranoid after a while. You do start to think, what is swimming below me right now? Right. It's something that you definitely can't see, and it's just, I think that's what I like about the film is its element of realism. The effects aren't overdone. In fact, it was very challenging to get it to what it was. And Spielberg said in that The Shark Is Still Working documentary that he was glad he didn't make it in 2005 because they would have ruined the film. They would have overkilled it. So they're only seeing the shark for so little in the film. And you have to wait 45 minutes, an hour before you see it.
Maybe longer.
And it's
might be
maybe longer. Yeah,
before you even get to it.
That's right, yeah, and it's the whole suspense, it's the whole build-up, it's the whole what is this thing? Like, we know it's a shark, but I mean, like, when you're finally faced with it, it's terrifying, and it is, like I say, it's the suspense thriller aspect of it. That's what
made it so good. Like in the movie Alien, you don't see the xenomorph until 45, 50 minutes in. That's how you said it's like with the suspense and thriller. You're like, but you don't know what you're going to see.
Yeah, definitely. You don't see that shark. I did a video project in college, and the project was the teacher of the class. The project was it was an older gentleman, a senior citizen, and he was water skiing. That's the project. And you have to take the footage of him water skiing and edit with something else. And long story short is that I edited this guy water skiing with the Jaws footage. So that's when, and this is 20-something years ago or whatever. And that's where I found out that I went to look for Jaws footage. There's not much in there. Like that's, there's a couple wide angles. They anchor that thing on him, those yellow things. You see those floating in the water. You really, and the scene where he gets eaten, there's a lot of spoilers here. So if you haven't seen Jaws, you might want to turn it off. But when he gets eaten, you see the shark then. But you're right. Good points, guys. You really don't see him that much, and it's the music, it's the suspense, it's the water, it's the reality that, hey, this is Adam. That's a great point. Great point. This could actually happen. Another thing when I was a kid, I had a mask on in the ocean. I was swimming, and I saw a stingray in the ocean. And my God, like if you saw those older TV shows where they run like in fast motion, that's what I just ran on the shore. And I was scared as hell. It was just like a stingray or something. It wasn't a shark, but you don't know what's under the water. It's scary.
Would you have little dust mites behind you like in the cartoons?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it was. So it was funny. It's classic. So it was but yeah, that is it reminded me of Jaws, of course. So
yeah, I remember being on a beach it was in Tampa, so it was either St. Petersburg or Clearwater, and this would have been when I was like 16 years old, and I was there with I'd gone on holiday with my best friends and their parents, and we were all kind of swimming, in the water, sort of going out catching waves on bodyboards and stuff, and my best friend felt something brush past his leg in the water. And it wasn't a person because there was nobody near him, and he freaked and he got out of there like straight away. And it wasn't like he said it felt probably more like an eel or something like that, but it was still enough to make him think there's stuff in this water that's with us, And,
crazy. Yeah. Was it a shark? Did you guys find that or?
No. I mean, like he said, he said it was probably like an eel because it kind of felt like it went around his leg as well, So it wasn't like but it was enough to make us kind of sort of consider what we were doing in the water exactly. So it does get it's psychologically
freaks you out mentally, 100%. Yes.
Yeah, it psychs you out. So I remember sitting on a beach in New Jersey in Cape May one time, and I was just kind of sitting there. I was chilling out, just minding my own business, and out at sea, I'm going like only a couple of 100 yards out. There was suddenly a bit of thrashing around in the water, and that to me, it looked like possibly a shark had caught something, so that they thrash when they feed, don't they? So that was kind of like I say, it was a couple of 100 yards out, but you could kind of see it kind of happen only for a split couple of seconds, but it was enough to make you go whoa, because my bodyboard at the time had a shark on it, and I thought that would be ironic if I was if I was bitten on a bodyboard with a shark on it, that would be the ironic way to go. So it does make you think about going in, think twice.
Mm-hmm. I literally that's why I never go surfing. Like I know how to surf, but I never go surfing because of that. Like I'll go deep sea fishing and all, but no, don't catch me in that deep water.
Yeah, I have no desire to go in the ocean anymore. I'll be blunt with you. The feet in only. That's it. I'm done. Hey Lisa, what's going on? Michigander man. Hey our theme life. Hey, my Mike was supposed to be here too, but he had to work. So sorry we couldn't make it, Mike.
Ebony has been on holiday with her mum to like Corfu in Greece a few times, and apparently whenever they go to the beach, Ebony refuses to go in the water because she's scared of sharks.
She's really never going in the ocean. I got news for you.
Yeah. So I've just I've just made her watch Jaws. So yeah, but Ebony won't go in the beach water, like in the sea. So yeah.
But what's the stats? You're more likely getting hit by lightning or getting a car accident or getting a plane crash and getting attacked by a shark. Isn't that like the stats or something they have?
Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think something stupid like that. It's too funny. Yeah. Mike's just getting ready to leave now. So we'll have Mike another time too, though. Mike's one of our we're 4 minutes into like a pub talk. I think that's what we're going to be doing in the future. Mike's part of the crew here to do the pub talk too, so.
Pub talk is when we'll all have one or two of these lined up. Yeah.
All right. So Brody, Quint, who is a Hooper? I guess Hooper.
Hooper. Yeah, it's definitely Hooper. Yeah.
Hooper. Three amazing characters.
That's Quint's main line throughout the whole film is Hooper.
Yeah. Amazing
always.
Yeah. I don't know why. Just amazing cat. Like, come on, Quint. Like you see him, he scratches the board. He's cleaning shark teeth. Like he's like the man to go to. It's just I'm dying to read the book. I have not read the book. I'll be honest with you. I always attempt to pick it up and start. I'm not a big reader, if you can tell that by me. But I definitely want to read the book because it's darker, it's different. I really want to read it too, but just to see the differences and everything. But the screenwriter who is actually in the movie too. He's like one of the experts on the boat or something, and it's the characters in that movie are just phenomenal. Spielberg. And how old was Spielberg when he made it, Adam? What were they saying?
27.
and it was only his second movie ever. And I don't think the first movie came out when he went to make it either.
Yeah, no, it was his second theatrical release. So yeah, and yeah, it's crazy. I didn't like. There's certain things. Sorry, I just got a little fly. Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. There's certain things that I learned that I really didn't know about the film. Watching that The Shark Is Still Working documentary yesterday, like I didn't realize that it was actually filmed in the Atlantic Ocean. I always thought it was filmed on a safe tank somewhere, and I never realized they actually decided to do a bit of guerrilla style filming on the sea, and it was basically it was all filmed either at sea or on land, so it was all genuine Atlantic Ocean. So apart from the scene. And apologies if this is a spoiler for anyone who.
Oh, this is spoiler filled. So if you haven't seen,
spoiler filled. Yeah, so apologies for any spoilers. But apart from the scene where they come across that fisherman's half sank boat and he goes under the water to kind of check the hull, and the head pops out. That bit was actually filmed in a swimming pool in LA.
Right. I remember.
Yeah,
the editor's pool. It was in the editor's pool. They said.
Yeah, in the editor's pool. That's right. Yeah. But what I also didn't realize was a lot of the cast and the extras were actually islanders that where they filmed, where they were based on location. So
Martha's
a lot
Vineyard,
of them had never, Martha's Vineyard. Yeah, they'd never done any acting training or acting school. A lot of them, they just turned up and were given lines to say, and stuff. A lot of it was ad libbed and it was. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of script at the time, was there? So a lot.
We're gonna need a bigger boat was ad libbed. Yep,
that's the best line ever in that movie.
Best line in the whole boat.
I use that line all the time. Crazy.
Yeah,
but it's such a great movie.
It's when he's chucking the chum in the sea just before you first see the shark as well, and he's like, why don't you come down and chum on some of this, Yeah, and then obviously the shark, and then we're going to need a bigger boat. That whole scene is just amazing.
Perfection. Six weeks to film it. What did Adam? You just saw it. It took them 6-7 months to. 6 weeks was in the budget, and it took like 7-8 months, like almost a year.
Yeah, 6 weeks was ridiculous. The budget. Yeah, I think there was a bit where it shows them on set, and it's like day 105 or 135.
Yeah,
and they were meant to film for like 65 days or something like that, so yeah, 6 to 8 weeks, 65
they built
days.
The shark and it didn't work. That was the problem. Like that shark never worked in water or whatever. They had so many problems with it and everything. So,
and that's a reason why they use those, the yellow barrels that you mentioned before. Going back to those, the reason they used those yellow barrels, that wasn't in the storyline originally. Right. But it was because they didn't have a shark, and they were like, we need to have a way of, we need to keep the film rolling, and we need to show where this shark is. So they kind of decided to put that in the film as we'll kind of harpoon these barrels onto the shark, to try and keep them above water or up to the surface, and that's why. So they had a point of reference for the shark, Yeah,
definitely. Just it's sad too. They went Martha's Vineyard. I guess they'll never call it Martha's Vineyard because then Martha's Vineyard will be the stigmatism that there's sharks there. You know what I mean? But it's sad that also too that the original the orca, the boats there. I think there was 2 or 3 orcas they used, and one of them just sat there and rotted over the years. And the other one, do you know the history of the other one? Did they?
Yeah. So one was a genuine boat that they had that was called the Warlock, and then they renamed it. They painted it up and renamed it the Orca. And that was the genuine boat that they used for filming. And then they had a dummy version that they used for the sinking part. The real boat went to Universal Studios in Hollywood at the end of it, at the end of shooting. And Spielberg used to go and visit it sort of every few months. He would go and sit on the boat and just chill out and think back to his time filming. And then one day it was gone. And I believe the people at Universal Studios, they didn't know what to do with the boat, and they just chopped it up. And Spielberg
threw it out.
Mental. He went mental.
Well, it rotted. It rotted. That's why they got rid of it. So
yeah, and then the other one that they used for the sinking parts, I think somebody from the island kept it. I think did he buy it? I think and kept it.
Not sure.
But then over years, people would go on sort of pilgrimages to Martha's Vineyard to go and see the shooting locations, and then they would kind of slowly pillage and pilfer parts of the ship, parts of the boat, to take home and sell it on eBay or keep it for themselves or whatever.
eBay. There's no eBay then.
No, like they did find parts of the boat on eBay for like $1 million. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about the rides. So, there's the Jaws ride at Universal Studios Florida, and then they had in the tram part in Hollywood, where the orca was you're talking about. They had Jaws pop up. I just posted the video on my RobFuz Shark Week. I did both of those videos. Phenomenal rides, one of my all-time favorite rides. It's another thing. It's so funny. Ironically, with the movie, the ride had a lot of problems too over the years. It's been closed for many years and everything. And I do love that ride. So what do you guys think of the rides? Brandon, you've been on Jaws before, right?
Yeah. When I was super young, because they took it out, put stupid Harry Potter land. I mean, I loved the land, but like they replaced Jaws. You can't do that. But overall, I loved the ride. I loved when like the tension's like, wait, this gun's loaded, and then they're like,
it's great. Yeah, it's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Those skippers are awesome. What a job, man! I would have loved them in a skipper, at Amityville. Amity.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what? As someone that's done sort of acting and film work and stage work and stuff like since I was a kid, that would have been my ideal job. I think acting out that ride. I think I said to you in a private chat the other day, like I think with the Jaws ride at Universal Studios, like I rode it several times on different holidays out to Florida, and your experience of the ride depended on the cast member you got, because some acted it superbly and some maybe not quite so superbly. And yeah, I mean, there's I think we got a home video from like when we went in maybe 1996 or maybe 93. I can't remember. But the cast member, it was a female one, and she was fantastic. She was phenomenal. And probably of all the home movies I've ever seen of the Jaws ride, that she's still the best one I've seen. And there have ridden it other times. It was kind of like, no, it wasn't maybe as good, So, but yeah, I would have loved to have had a go at skippering that ship and doing that ride, in the character that they do it in. That would have been the dream. So.
It still does exist. It's in Tokyo, the one in the Universal Studios in Japan. I guess it's Tokyo, whatever. But it's
I'm off to Tokyo. See you later.
And they just refurbed it, and I had my friend Scott Yukin. He filmed it for me, and he said they're very, very, very strict about putting it on YouTube, broadcasting it, whatever. So he actually shot it for me, and he just put it private for me to watch. And you know what? For scene to scene, it's in Japanese, but it is exactly the one I filmed in, I think it was 93 or 90, whatever. It was pretty much the same exact ride. It's just in Japanese. So if you really want to see it, it's there. And, just like some of the rides are in, Paris and Disney and Universal has some stuff and everything. But this is such a great ride. It was so great. The triple threat of King Kong, Earthquake, and Jaws were just, those three rides were just, and E.T. too. I love this. Another Spielberg. When I was a kid, I love those. They're such great classic rides. And Back to the Future, those.
Back to the Future. E.T. is the last remaining original ride now at Universal Orlando. Yeah. So, and it's the only E.T. ride left at any of the Universal Studios parks as well. And they toyed with the idea of getting rid of it. I think at Orlando they were saying, but Spielberg said no, he wanted to keep it. So Spielberg actually asked Universal Orlando to keep the ride there. So for the ET ride, I wish they'd never got rid of Jaws. I know. Genuinely, I love the Harry Potter stuff. Don't get me wrong. I think Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade over at Islands of Adventure as well. I think the attention to detail is sublime. It matches anything Disney have done. I think that you can see Universal are chucking all their efforts into the Harry Potter stuff, and that's why they got rid of the Dueling Dragons and they're going for a third Harry Potter ride. But I wish Jaws didn't have to make way for that. It's heartbreaking. Although I do like that they kept like 3 Easter eggs in Diagon Alley to the as a sort of a doff of the cap to the Jaws ride. So
Brandon, what were you saying?
What's weird is just hit me. All of like a good majority of Universal's old rides all consisted of Steven Spielberg's projects.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like Back to the Future was Robert Zemeckis, but Spielberg had part in it.
Yep.
It just now hit me.
Yeah. Spielberg is just, if you guys saw my top 10 movies, like 3 or 4 of them are his movies. And I've loved Spielberg. I've seen all his movies. Growing up and everything, it's unbelievable. So to see, like, he wasn't even, when he made Jaws, he wasn't even Spielberg, he was just a 26-year-old kid, he was just, that they thought they liked his vision and everything. So
have you seen Ready Player One?
I have. I love it. It's great. I was just talking about it today, actually.
I've not seen that one yet.
You have
it's one that I want to see, but I've just not got around to watching it yet. So I'm just looking at the chat. So
and you have to see it 3 times at least, too, right, Brandon? Ready Player One.
So many. No, you gotta see it like 20 times. There are so many references in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of love for the Back to the Future ride, and a lot of love for Diagon Alley. Mickey's Magic saying Diagon Alley much better than Jaws in in their opinion. So
I've never been to Diagon Alley. I haven't been there yet, believe it or not.
Have you not? Oh, mate, you've got to go and see it.
I've been to the other one yeah, I haven't been to that though. So I'm dying to get there. So yeah. I've been there virtually through live streams, but I've yet to be there. So what else is the chat saying, Adam? I love when Adam goes in the chat there. I apologize to the chat. It's just so much. I'm trying to direct and
Disney Dan said Terminator. Time. Was there a Terminator ride? I don't remember a Terminator ride. Maybe there was
3D movie. Yeah.
That was a 3D movie. Maybe that's why I didn't remember it so much.
And that got taken out last September.
Yeah.
Wow.
Removed. Yep.
I'm surprised I don't remember that. Then maybe I just never did that attraction.
T2. So. Yeah. It's you. Oh man. Terminator 2, 3 is a great.
I remember the original King Kong ride, where the mummy is now. I remember Earthquake, which then became Disaster Movie. I remember Ghostbusters before Twister, and now they're both gone. So I remember a lot of the old stuff at Universal, but I don't remember Terminator for some bizarre reason.
You know what stinks is like all the rides that get replaced are getting replaced with screen rides.
Yep, that's a problem. Yep.
There's no full production going into it. Like Earthquake that turned into disaster. I think it was Disaster Movie or Disaster or something, and now Fast and Furious is there, and it's just a screen ride.
Right. It's a copy of the tram ride over, and I didn't realize that but then I've read about it.
Yeah,
it's a tram ride in bad.
Yeah, Disaster Movie. Last time I rode Disaster Movie, I got called out from the crowd to be one of the, where they get people up on stage and they have to act like they're kind of in an earthquake situation. So
I think I did too.
Yeah,
I remember there was this guy named Ron, and they were hitting on him, and somebody made a joke. They're like, because they made a joke where they were like hating on him pretty bad. They're like, whoa, we can do that. Yes, we can. We're not Disney World.
That's funny. So what else do you guys think? Let's talk about
Megan just said she always wanted to be the gardening granny.
Gardening granny, yeah, it's funny. So what else do you guys think? There was just so much to overcome in that movie that it really is the little movie that could, in my heart, when you see all the stuff they went through and all the issues they had and the problems with the shark and the script and that was Spielberg's first big hit movie.
They didn't have a script, did they? And and I think throughout the filming process, Spielberg had to storyboard everything that he wanted to shoot, and Universal wanted to see it and approve it. So what Spielberg and the producers were doing they were doing some mock storyboards, giving them to Universal, and then keeping their own ones back for things that they wanted to put into the film.
Right.
And filming those guerrilla style kind of, without Universal's approval. And, that's a lot of what made it into the movie is stuff that Universal didn't even approve or sign off,
Yeah,
so it was, I think one of the producers said it was, even though it's a big studio production, it's Universal, it was essentially an independent film masquerading as a studio production, so yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that movie, it's definitely great. And there's another thing too. There's a Jaws podcast too. I've been starting to listen to. It's really good too. If you guys want to check that out, I think it's on episode 6 now or something like that. It's really good. It kind of tells the story of a young Spielberg, how he grew up and how he went into the movie. And I'm only about episode 2 or 3, but Adam, you definitely got to check that out too. I forgot to tell you about that one.
What was that one? Sorry.
It's a podcast called. It's just Jaws. I think it's about Jaws. So I'll look it up as I'm sitting here. So, but it's a Jaws podcast.
Okay.
Definitely check it out. It's called, it's Inside Jaws. It's called. That's what
I'll check that out. I'll check that out. So
yeah, this is what it looks like here. That's the logo. If you guys want to take a look, if you look for that. So yeah, that's the podcast. So, and they are on episode. They're on episode 6. So we definitely check it out.
Okay, back in the chat, Disney Dan's asking favorite Jaws. His is Jaws 4, aka the funniest shark movie ever. Is that because Michael Caine's in it? Because Michael Caine's brilliant in that film. I mean, Jaws 3 is the worst one of them all.
It was atrocious.
Oh, it was awful. And I remember being a fan of it as a kid because obviously as a kid I didn't appreciate the quality of the film or the lack thereof. So yeah, and they filmed that one at SeaWorld in Orlando, didn't they? They filmed parts of Jaws 3 at
SeaWorld, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I love Jaws 4, Jaws the Revenge. Jaws 2 is okay as well.
Whoa. You love Jaws 4?
Yeah, well, don't get me wrong, it doesn't stand up to Jaws. But yeah, I do enjoy Jaws 4. Yeah, I do enjoy Jaws 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sharknado, anyone?
Yeah. Sure, I've never seen any of the
Let's make this clear, though. Like, Spielberg had zero to do with any of these sequels, right? He had, like, zero. Like, you're Steven Spielberg, here's the sequels. They're like, right? He had nothing to do with them, right?
He wouldn't. Oh, no, if he was working on it, he wouldn't have any of that. He would not be having that.
Yeah.
I'm going to say hi to... Sorry, I was just going to say hi to Helen, my sister, who's watching as well with Sam. So, yeah.
What's going on? Yeah, but... my favorite, like you said, is Jaws 3 because it's first off, it's 3D. Jaws 3D, first off. And that was, when 3D was, oh my God, 3D. It was so gimmicky, so cheesy. Blood was coming at the screen. I have them all. I can't get myself to watch them anymore because they're just all bad. I'll be honest with you. Come on, Jaws 4 is in, a Rasta guy with, Jonathan Cain and what's her name came back for the money. Like, I don't even remember much of it. So
yeah, exactly. I think that's the thing I like about the sequels is they keep the Brody family kind of largely in.
No, just the wife, not the Brody family.
Well, no, it isn't. Chief Brody's in, and the kids. I think the whole family are in Jaws 2 as well, aren't they?
They're in Jaws 2.
Yeah, not in 3. I don't think any of them are in 3, are they? But then obviously
in 3. So,
but then it's the wife and the kids are in number 4 as well. It's just Brody's not there. So
right,
Chief Brody.
Right. So I don't know. I think they're all horrible. But I would. My answer, Brandon, have you seen the sequels? You're laughing over there.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's cool if you like them. It's like, hey, man, it's cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, but I keep bringing up Sharknado, but I feel like I as much as I don't want to talk about it, I feel like we have to bring it up.
I've not seen any Sharknado.
I've never seen Sharknado, so
you guys are lucking out. It is the worst movie, worst movie ever, other than Jumper.
What are they on? 4 or 5 of them?
Yeah, and they keep going. They just release right to Sci-Fi.
Wait, is Sharknado worse than Piranha 3D?
Yes,
because that film was awful. Oh wow!
Piranha at least had good. Yeah, Piranha at least had good visual effects. Sharknado didn't.
Did it?
Okay. Compared to Sharknado.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Yeah.
What was the compared to Sharknado? Oh my God, the visual effects are terrible.
I need to see. What was this one? Let me see. I need to Google it quickly here. I saw a poster or a DVD cover. Sharktopus versus what was it called? God, there's a few of them. So yeah, there's a few films where you've got some sort of shark cross octopus crossbreed thing called the Sharktopus. And obviously Sharktopus is going to be fighting random things like the whale wolf and the Terracuda, and the Mermantula. So yeah, they all sound terrible. I'm gonna have to watch them. I'm gonna just I'm gonna I'm gonna have to.
I smell a sequel to this hangout. Talk about that.
Octopus Week.
That's funny.
Make an Octopus Week.
Mermantula.
Oh boy, yeah. We went in all different directions, but that's what Jaws is. It really went in all different directions. Another thing too, Adam, you didn't mention that was the first movie that was like they marketed and the merchandise and all the different stuff you can buy. There was a shark toilet and the shark towels and the T-shirts and everything.
Oh yeah. I mean, all the artwork was stemmed from that poster. It was insane, wasn't it? The merchandise element of it, and the demand, like we were saying before. I think it was the first ever film there was a demand for a release in over 400 theaters, and I think the demand got up to 600, and Universal said no, slash it in half, only release it in 300 because we want people to travel to watch it,
right.
And we want the theaters to be full every day.
Yes, it was smart, very smart, very smart. They would never do that.
Very, very.
What's crazy is like. It was crazy. It's like all these films from back in the day, have like Jaws, Star Wars, and Indiana Jones. They've revolutionized the film industry so much.
100%. Yep. 100%. Great point. Definitely. And they're all, Jaws was one of the first, if not the first. So, all right. So, Adam, we're getting to the nitty gritty here. So we're going to go about a little over 45 minutes. We're at 45 minutes now. So let's do some closing words here, Adam. Let's talk about what do you think? The conclusion.
The conclusion.
Yes.
Of just Jaws?
Whatever. The whole picture, the whole scope.
The whole scope. Okay. Jaws, easily in my top 10 films of all time. And given that it's over 40 years old, it shows. It just shows the brilliance of it. It's clearly stood the test of time. I don't think it will ever get knocked out of my top 10 list. In the next 40 years to come. It's I kind of agree that all the sequels are nowhere near as good. The sequels are nowhere near as good as the original film. I would, however, love to see someone have a go at making a Jaws 5 if they made it good. So. And I know you dislike Jaws, Jaws 4, for example. I still think Jaws 4 is better than Deep Blue Sea. So
you know what? Maybe I'll give him another chance. I haven't seen it in probably 20-something years, so maybe I will give it a chance. So I don't really like a lot of the sequels. I'm sorry, Brandon. Go ahead.
Jaws 5 is pretty much the Meg.
Yeah, we'll see what the Meg brings. I'm intrigued to see the Meg. I can't wait for it to be released.
What studio's putting it out?
Yeah.
Do you guys know?
Yours is a good question.
That's a good Google question.
No, that's a question open to the chat. Somebody's going to tell us. I think somebody. But yeah, I'm not sure which studios.
It's Warner Brothers.
Meg's in the chat declaring herself as the Meg.
The Meg. Yeah, I told Meg when I heard the Meg, I thought of her, so it was too funny. I don't know many Megans. So, all right, Brandon, closing it up here. Give us your final thoughts on Jaws.
I need to backtrack through the chat because they're all talking about toothpaste apparently. So
you look at the chat and then we'll get back to that. I want Brandon, tell us your final thoughts here and we'll come back to the chat.
I think as I mentioned earlier, it's one of the films that have revolutionized the film industry. I think that's why I love it so much is a lot of the movies we have today, we wouldn't have because of Jaws and all these other movies. And it's just a fantastic movie with Steven Spielberg's directing. We had the low budget but high value of a high valued movie. You have John Williams giving an amazing score. It's just a mixture of everything. It makes it so perfect.
Absolutely, and they all went on to do more and bigger and better things. Not better things, but kind of along the lines of Jaws and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with the score. It's so primal, isn't it? The score is so basic, and it's definitely a case of less is more. For that score, just those two notes, and it just goes through you straight away. You instantly think this is bad. So
You hear two notes, and you instantly know. Oh, Jaws.
Dun-dun.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
and it's the fact that the score's gone on. Like people parody it all the time.
Yes, absolutely,
all the time. It's so iconic. You hear it and you instantly know what it is. And it's it's genius.
Yeah, I'm bummed you brought up. I was going to say Rob Williams. I'm bummed that John Williams he's retiring. Like, what is this? I think he said he might do the new Indiana Jones. They said, but
he's retiring. He said he was retiring from Star Wars after Episode 9.
Star Wars. That's it, right? Yeah. And then come on,
it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be sad because the man's 87 years old.
Yeah, he's time to rest. Yeah, absolutely. So.
Isn't he the most Oscar nominated person of all time as well?
Yeah,
I think he's definitely one of them.
He's done so many films for film score wise. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't imagine. My final thoughts too. We did it when I did my Frankie Friday, my top 10 movies. I loved Jaws growing up. It scared the poop out of me. It was as a kid. It kind of floated away from me, and I kind of got back into it like 10 years ago. Like I said, it's been on my, and I've never watched movies a lot. Like I watched my top 10, maybe my top 20 movies over and over again. But this movie I definitely revisit once a year. It's kind of like you watch Christmas movies at Christmas time. This I watch is like my summer movie. So, and it is a classic. It's very everything Adam said and Brandon said. It was right on the money, all those different points. That's why I love it. And it's definitely and I feel you watch a lot of movies that are in the 70s and some 80s and stuff and 60s and and in my opinion a lot of stuff just doesn't age well. And I feel this movie, especially with that remaster, it's you see it's dated, but the way they made it, it could have been, like I said, it could have been like a more recent movie than it is. But yeah, it was.
Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm done. That was good.
I was just going to say, I think the only thing that ages in that film is obviously the clothes and the hairdos.
And the cars
that's it. And the cars and stuff. Yeah, but literally, because it just, all it does is even, with the remastering and stuff, it just makes it a period drama, a period of, it happened in the 70s. That's it. Everything else definitely stands the test of time. So, yeah.
And then, the Quint is just amazing when he tells that story, and it's a real story, and it's so good. And on top of just before the shark is amazing, and then when the shark comes, it just adds to it, and then it's just amazing. Mm-hmm. My only little bit negative, it just seems like it ends and it just ends. You know what I mean? I wish it went a little bit longer, maybe it's a little something, but I wasn't always thrilled. Like they blow up the shark and then that's it. But a movie's got to end, I guess. But
yeah, exactly, it has to end, and it is a 2-hour full film, isn't it? So but it's I think I think the pace just picks up and picks up and picks up and picks up and picks up like towards the end. So I think it is a good place to end it. But yeah, you were talking about the Quint scene with his monologue about being on the Indianapolis, and that was obviously because that was so top secret, that mission. I think the sort of the nitty gritty of what that what the SS Indianapolis was had only just come out sort of publicly just before the film. So a lot of people only found out about what actually happened to that ship and the mission through the film, through watching the film. Somebody phoned Spielberg, I think, afterwards and said, that my son was on the SS Indianapolis and I never knew what happened to him until, So that's how a lot of people found out about what happened to that ship. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, which is, it's crazy.
Well, thanks. I could talk about Jaws for probably another hour, but I think it's good. I think we covered it good. See, Brandon was worried because he didn't see it. I'm like, if you saw the movie, you have an opinion and everything.
I'm saying I've seen it. I was worried because I didn't rewatch it over the past few days.
No, it's great though. Like it's like I memorized that movie. So thank you, Brandon was a little bit skeptical about coming on, but thank you so much for coming. So you did awesome. You both.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome.
Randy, you did a great job.
Yeah, thanks.
So
Hey,
thanks,
Adam,
guys.
you have a movie coming out soon, right? On
Yeah,
DVD?
okay. So here now we're on the. Let's go for it, Adam. Let's get some plugs in here.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So it's a film that was shot in 2016, and it was released in the UK last year, and it's been released on DVD in the United States next month, and it's called Cane Hill, which is spelled Cain. So yeah, Cane Hill. It's a British independent horror. We made it on £20,000, so it's like it's not a Hollywood blockbuster by any stretch. You know, it was a very low budget indie film, but we're super proud of what we did. So yeah, it's released, like I say, next month. I'll have to. I don't have the links to hand. If I had the links to hand, I'd post them up in the chat now.
We'll put on there after this chat, after the video.
Yeah. So
so cool.
But yeah, that comes out next month, and it's available for pre-order now as well.
Okay,
so.
Cool. And then your
YouTube
channel as well. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna support you there, buddy. So.
Thank you.
And then Adam's Land is YouTube page just hit 100. He's at 100 and I think 113 subscribers.
112, I think. So yeah, and I'm just going to find Ebony's little channel so I can post that up as well. So
yeah, I'm gonna post the link too. So, and then Brandon, what do you got going on? Definitely check out his Twitter accounts too. I want to get him on YouTube too. One of these days he's gonna kick up that channel too. So
that's actually it. I mean, that's it. I'm literally just on Twitter.
That's awesome. They're the Twitter.
Oh wow!
So.
Disney Dan's saying he's seen Cane Hill. Obviously, Disney Dan's from the UK as well. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so
that's
yeah,
cool.
that was I was executive producer, production manager, and I make a small cameo appearance in that film as well.
Cool.
So yeah, thank you everyone for the support in the chat.
I love Dan's reaction. So, was there anything else we had to go back to the chat too before we leave?
Oh yeah, I want to know what that toothpaste talk was about.
Yeah, what was the toothpaste talk?
I didn't manage to catch up on the toothpaste chat. It was I was trying to go back, but it was still it was still scrolling through. So yeah,
I'll do my plugs
thank
too.
you everyone for the support.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Well, I'll link. I'll put the Amazon link there if you guys want to buy the DVD. Yep, definitely. I'm gonna pre-order it too. So, and maybe we can do a hangout about your movie too, if you don't mind.
So, if there's enough interest in it, I'll happily do a hangout.
Oh, there's interest in it. Brandon's in, right, Brandon? I'm in.
No, I'm buying it the day it comes out. All
right, we'll definitely check it
out. Let me see if I can find those links quickly before we end the stream, and I'll post them up for the
on the bottom. Stuff, so. Yeah. I'll do it. What is it called again? I'll find it real quick. I'm good at this stuff.
Cane Hill, Cain.
Cane Hill. Is it coming out on Blu-ray?
I'm not sure about Blu-ray, if I'm being honest. I'm honestly not sure. It depends because this is the US distributors who are releasing it. So I'm not sure, but we're hoping to have a chat with them when I'm out in LA in September. Fingers crossed. So we'll see what the plan is going forward.
I don't see it. Cain, Cane Hill.
Yeah, Cain. Yeah, Cane Hill. So
one word, 2 words?
2 words. 2 words.
Yeah, Adam, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna mail it to you, have you sign it, and send it back.
That's awesome.
That's fine, man. I'll sign it and send it back if you want.
I can't find it for some reason, but I'll find it. Am I in? Yeah, I'm in all departments. I'll find it. I'll link it.
It's on Best Buy. It's on Best Buy site.
I'll check it on the Best Buy. All right, guys, in my channel, RobFuz. Thank you so much. I'm doing pretty good with subscribers here. So I had my little 500 blitz. Go ahead, Adam.
Wow. So I was just going to say, and how's Drop That Rope doing it? Well,
yeah, definitely. I have another thing I do. Drop That Rope. It's a network of all content, theme park content providers, and Twitter and Instagram and photography and video and everything. And we try to promote all that stuff. And I have some shows on there, and these guys do some shows with me too. So definitely check out Drop That Rope on everything. RobFuz, RobFuz on everything: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, of course, and Drop That Rope on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything. I have both Drop That Rope, one word, and RobFuz, one word. So thank you, Adam. I appreciate it. So, all right, guys. I think, believe it or not, I think we're right on the money here. What do we got? We are exactly an hour in, so we're going to end it right here. thank you guys so much for coming on. RobFuz's Shark Week. I think this is. I don't have anything planned for tomorrow. We got Frankie Friday. I don't know if he's coming or not. He's on vacation, so I think he says he's coming. We'll talk about a little bit about sharks tomorrow, but I don't know if we're good. I think this is the end of RobFuz's Shark Week. That's another plug. I did a couple shark videos. Definitely check them out.
I've been looking forward to this all week, so it's been an honor to be on. Right? It was good. It was good fun to talk about one of my favorite films of all time.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys so much for coming on. I appreciate it. So, and we're gonna do more of these hangouts, and these guys are. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it, and hopefully I'll get some other people in this chat room here. I know Dan's done one, Meg's done one for me, and Mike's done them. So hopefully, and Caesar, hopefully get some of those guys in too and do some more hangouts. So,
Pub Talk is coming soon.
Yes. Go ahead, Brandon. What were you saying?
Thanks for having me, Rob.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate it. Thanks, everyone. Go enjoy Shark Week. It goes till Sunday, the real Shark Week. RobFuz's Shark Week. This is I did 4 videos this week, all different sharks and everything, and this is the last one. So go enjoy and have a great weekend, everyone, this weekend. And thank you so much. Thanks for everyone in the chat room. Sorry I didn't really get to talk to many people. Thanks, Mike. Mike said awesome stream. Thank you guys for all the good, kind words and the feedback and everything. And
thank you, everyone.
We'll see you guys soon. We'll come up with another topic, and maybe we'll do a Jaws 2, the sequel of talk. So,
Jaws the Revenge,
Jaws, Pub Talk, Jaws, whatever, more stuff. So, did you? And
obviously the Meg live stream as well.
This is
the Meg.
Ruth wants to know if I name the shark. This is Bruce. Just like that's another thing we forgot to mention. The shark's name in Jaws is named Bruce after Spielberg's lawyer. So, and then in Finding Nemo, they called that shark Bruce in tribute to Jaws too. So this is Bruce as well. So this Ruth was asking if I named the shark. So, all right, guys, we got it in. I almost forgot about Bruce. The name of the shark. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for everyone for coming. And
thank you, Rob. Thank you, Brandon.
I think Frankie Friday's tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So check it out. If he's on vacation, then we'll do it probably Monday or something, or Tuesday, Frankie Friday. But I think we're doing it tomorrow. So definitely check it in. If not, I'll post it on Twitter or on the socials when we're gonna do it. So thanks, guys. Take care, everyone. Stay out of the water.
Take care, everyone.
Here we go. Dun, sing it, guys. Boom. We're out of here. Thanks, guys.